Good morning. This is attorney Purnima Mookim, anchor for the show Women of Washington. As you know, every week we invite one special guest who works and lives in the Washington region and introduce you to that famous personality who is making big contributions to our region. Today our special guest is Mrs. Nalini Bhat. She lives in Pennsylvania, but she has done so much work in the Washington region that we count her as one of us and have invited her to our show. So welcome, Nalini ji.
Thank you, Purnima ji, for having me on your show. I'm honored.
So Nalini ji, I understand you are a very accomplished artist. You are a dancer, a painter, you write books. I'm kind of overwhelmed, like how many things do you do? So would you like to talk a little about your work?
Yeah, I have varied interests just because, I have passion for whatever I do. Like I do painting and I do Bharatanatyam and I write books and actually I did my master's in economics, but apart from economics I developed all these hobbies early on in life, and I've been doing that for practically all my adult life. I've been painting and dancing, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction.
I understand your paintings are auctioned for Ekal Vidyalaya benefit,
Right.
And you do Bharatanatyam, you won many awards. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Ekal happened in a very spectacular way because Mrs. Nilima Mehra, she was so supportive, and she was the one who inspired me to auction my paintings
Great.
for Ekal. And we were not sure how it would go because it is not their format to auction painting. But then the very first time I auctioned a painting, the painting went for $8,000
Wow.
for supporting 20 schools, one
Great.
teacher school. And since then, for consecutive 8 years, the painting sold, every time painting sold worth 10,000 or 5,000. It was a very successful auction, and I looked forward to it every year. And then
So
the
did you
COVID
learn
hit.
painting anywhere?
I'm actually largely self-taught, but
Wow.
I did pick up very basics, what paints to buy and how to start painting from a friend of mine, Guna Hebbar. And from then on, I've been just experimenting myself.
And about dancing, I understand you do Bharatanatyam. Did you have any training for the dance?
I had training, yes, but I did Bharatanatyam in Johnstown, where I live, when my son was 4 years old. It was a little late in life, but I was so passionate about it. It didn't seem like a difficult thing to do. So I went every day, had very intensive training. And then I went back to India also, and I had Arangetram also in Johnstown. Then since then I started my dance academy called Lotus Dance Academy.
Okay.
And I've trained students there, and they've done Arangetrams, and it gives me immense pleasure.
So can you tell us a little bit about what are the struggles women have to go through when they have to reconcile their family life, different hobbies, different careers, and having a family?
Yeah, I know I've been very fortunate in that my husband is very supportive, and I have a very supportive family of sisters, and my son also is very supportive, and but for them, and of course once I joined GTV, Nilima ji was more like my sister, and she was all the way backing me up in everything I do. She brought the best out in me.
Yes, she has
and
this
I
quality.
always wanted to do some kind of service, not basically to help others, but to help myself. When you do service, you're helping yourself, right? So she gave me this opportunity with Ekal, and it has sponsored about more than 100 schools in 8 years.
So I'm sure a lot of viewers who listen to your story, watch you, will be very much inspired. What is the message you would want to give to our viewers?
The message is, I would say, if you have any passion, just pursue that. And being a woman, probably you have an advantage in the sense you are more creative, and you don't have that kind of dry attitude which men might have. I'm not saying in any way that men don't have the right attitude, but women are more creative, more emotional, so they can bring out whatever talents they have. They can just develop fully.
That's right.
So
That's a
go
very
for
great
it.
message.
Go for
for
the
it.
passion you have, and there will be a lot of failings, there will be a lot of successes, but make the failures a stepping stone to success.
Great.
And that's my message to all the women.
Yes, that's a very great message. Thanks for watching the show. This is all the time we have for today. But do not forget to tune in next week, same day, same time, for another guest. Thank you.
Thank you.